Non-violence is a weapon of the strong. This was a quote from the famous Mahatma Gandhi, and we believe that it represents who he was and what his beliefs were. Mohandas Karamchand Gandhi was born on October 2nd, 1869 in Porbandar, India. He became one of the most respected spiritual and political leaders of the 20th century. Gandhi helped free the Indian people from the British rule through nonviolent resistance and is honored by his people as the father of the Indian nation. The Indian people called Gandhi Mahatma, meaning great soul.
For Gandhi, a Buddhist and Hindu belief in the sacredness of all living creatures and urging the avoidance of harm and violence was the expression of the deepest love for all humans, including one's opponents. This nonviolence therefore included not only a lack of physical harm to them, but also a lack of hatred or ill will towards them.
Gandhi encouraged Indians to boycott against British and the Indian goods and to use Indian goods instead. This helped to revitalize local economies in India and also hit home at the British by undermining their economy and the country. Gandhi preached passive resistance, believing that the acts of violence against the British only provoked a negative attitude, or so he rather used like a more passive, the way he would speak, it was more kind of like slow, he wasn't as strong as other speakers.
Gandhi was imprisoned in 1922, 1930, 1933, and in 1942. While in prison, he went on hunger strike. His fame was such that his death in prison would make international headlines and greatly embarrass the British at the time when Britain was condemning dictators in Europe.
Gandhi wanted to earn Indian independence and to do it non-violently. Indeed, Gandhi was successful. India became independent in 1947 with scarcely any violence toward the British, and Gandhi's leadership was crucial. The struggle had been difficult and long, but at the end, Britain simply lowered its flag over India and left.
Gandhi public speeches were not as energetic as other speakers. However, he used his wisdom and kindness to use his strength and motivate his audience. For example, one of his beliefs was that whenever you have the truth, it must be given with love, or the message and the messenger will be rejected if it's not given with patience and love.
Hitler and Gandhi had been very powerful speakers. However, there were some major differences. Hitler united the entire nation feeling sentiments of Nazi pride, supremacy, Sophonia, and unbanished jingoism. Gandhi too brought people together, but his call was based on truth and nonviolence. Hitler relied on propaganda, Gandhi on communication based on peace, truth, and trust. That is the reason Hitler's triumph was short-lived while Gandhi's eternal.
We have he said a lot of quotes which are very popular, but we have our favorite ones. So my one is that freedom is not worth having if it doesn't include the freedom to make mistakes. So as we all know, we have freedom, but if we make mistakes, why don't we have the freedom to make mistakes? Why are we being judged by making those mistakes if we have freedom? So it's not worth living if we don't have the freedom to make mistakes as well.
My favorite quote is, "An eye for an eye makes the whole world go blind," because I think it's a great metaphor about revenge, and it's something that it's not supposed to be done in order if we want to make this world a better place.
Mine is hate the sin, love the sinner. Sometimes we seem to judge people by or hate them just because they're sinners, but we sin every day and it's never going to stop. Gandhi has inspired many people across the world. Someone who has inspired is our very own President Barack Obama. In the Back to School speech Tuesday, September 8, 2009, he quoted, "I think that it might be Gandhi who is a real hero of mine." Mahatma Gandhi is someone who has inspired people across the world for the past several generations.
terming the iconic figure as source of inspiration for Bahama, he said, that Gandhi is somebody who won't find a very inspiration in.
He inspired Dr. King. So if it hadn't been for the nonviolent movement in India, you might not have seen the same nonviolent movement for civil rights here in the United States, he said. We chose Gandhi because we strongly believe that in order to influence and motivate an audience, that the speaker has to have wisdom and show honesty. Gandhi has a speaking ability and is why he is now a historical figure to the world and is officially honored in India as the father of the nation. His birthday, October 2nd, is commemorated there as Gandhi Jayanti, a national holiday, and worldwide as an International Day of Violence. And of nonviolence, sorry. And we want to finish up with saying something he believed in. He said, "I claim to be no more than an average man, while with less than average abilities. I have not the shadow of a doubt that any man or woman can achieve what I have, if he or she would make the same effort and cultivate the same hope and faith.